Hello friends, today's lecture is based on lichens. This lichens topic includes general characters, types of lichens on the basis of thallus morphology and economic importance. According to our syllabus, the reproduction of the lichen and anatomy of the lichen thallus is cannot included. Okay, so only general characteristics, thallus diversity and economic importance. Now first point is, what is the position of lichens in kingdom plantae? When you see the kingdom plantae classification, at that time kingdom plantae divided into two divisions, cryptogams and phanerogams. Cryptogams and phanerogams, and these cryptogams having three largest subdivisions, thallophyta, bryophyta and pteridophyta. And thallophyta subdivision includes three plant group, algae, fungi and lichens, and here lichen is as a third plant group in the thallophyta. It is advanced than algae and fungi but primitive than bryophyta and pteridophyta. As a thallophyta, lichen is the thallus bearing plant. As a cryptogamic plant, lichen is the cryptogamic plant, means non-vascular plant, as well as the plant body is the thalloid, as well as the flowers are absent. So according to this classification system or flow chart, lichen is a cryptogam and it is a thalloid plant. Okay, and it is primitive than bryophyta, pteridophyta and advanced than algae and fungi. Now the general characteristics of the lichens. First point, lichen is a group of organisms. It is a group of organisms composite or dual in nature. Its work is dual, means both two organisms are involved in the formation of lichen thallus. Number two, the thallus consists of an alga and a fungus. So these are the two organisms. One organism or one plant is the alga, singular alga, plural algae, and fungus singular, plural fungi. The thallus consists of, means lichen thallus is made by the algal partner and fungal partner. Okay. Number three, the association is so intimate that it often gives a appearance of a single plants. Its appearance is very, or its association is very firm, very intimate. So when algae and fungus united and form the new plant body, that is the lichen, and that lichen look like a single plant body. Externally we cannot find as a it is a union of algae and fungus. When you take the transverse section anatomically and sexually, you can find out this is the composition of algal and fungal partner. Number 4, the fungal partner is called as mycobiont. The fungal partner, the fungi involved in the formation of lichen thallus called as mycobiont, and the algal component is phycobiont. The algae involved in formation of lichen thallus called as the phycobiont. Okay. Number 5, the mycobiont is generally ascomycetes, but in rare case it is a basidiomycetes. Majority the fungi belong to ascomycetes class, which are involved in the lichen thallus formation, but rarely basidiomycetes fungi also involved in the lichen thallus formation. Number 6, the phycobiont generally belongs to cyanophyceae or sometimes to chlorophyceae. Okay, and here algal members are generally coming from the cyanophyceae class. Cyanophyceae members are, previous name is the mixophyceae. They are commonly called as blue-green algae. Okay, nostoc, anabina, cytonema, microcystis is the most common examples of the cyanophyceae. And in rare cases, chlorophyceae members are also involved in the lichen thallus formation. The algae is always unicellular. The algae involved in the lichen thallus, they are always unicellular in nature. Number 7, Lichens were firstly discovered by Tulasne in 1892. So Tulasne discovered the lichens in 1892. Point number 8. The relationship between the two partners is a typically case of symbiosis. In such association, this association is called as the symbiotic association or mutual association. Algal members are unicellular, so that they require the structural framework or mechanical support to avoid dry in to avoid their desiccation or dry in adverse environmental condition. That mechanical support is provided by the fungal partner. So algae are unicellular, they require structural framework or support or mechanical support, and that support or framework is provided by the fungal partner. Now, as you know that fungi are achlorophyllous, non-photosynthetic, so they are heterotrophic, they cannot synthesize their own food material, so that they require ready-made food material, so that in lichen thallus, the algal partner is a chlorophyllous, it is a photosynthetic, it can synthesize its own food material, so that the algal partner provided food material to the fungal partner, mycobiont. So phycobiont work is to prepare the food material, and fungal partner work, mycobiont work is to provide the shelter, to provide the support, to provide the mechanical framework to the algal partner. So in this way, when algal partner phycobiont, fungal partner mycobiont, both are associated with each other, from that association both the partners get benefits from each other, so that this association is the cooperative association, symbiotic association or mutual association. Okay, so that lichen is the most common example symbiotic association in plant group. Number 9, the lichens grow on a variety of habitats. Its occurrence is and common on the rocks, barks and trees. It can easily occur on rocks, barks and trees. Number 10. Many of them grow under extreme conditions of cold, humidity and drought. Okay, some lichens also grows in extreme conditions of cold, extreme condition of humidity and extreme condition of the drought. Number 11. On the basis of their general growth, form and nature of attachment to the substratum, lichens are classified in 3 categories. So these are the 3 categories of the lichens. It shows the diversity in their thallus. So crustose lichen, foliose lichen and fruticose lichen. Crustose, foliose and fruticose, these are the 3 types of lichens according to their thallus structure, color and attachment to the substratum, as well as in some cases we consider their anatomy. Crustose, also called as crustaceous, foliose, also called as foliaceous, and fruticose, also called as filamentous. Okay. Now first type of the lichen is the crustose lichens. Point number 1. These are hard, okay, granular crusts. So granular means small granules like on rocks and barks of the trees. They can grow on rocks and barks of trees. They adhere means attachment. They adhere very closely and firmly to the substratum. They are very firmly attached to the substratum so that they cannot separate from the substratum easily. Okay. Number 2, these are generally ash colored or different colors. The general color of the crustose lichen is the ash color. Number 3, the surface of the thallus is generally divided into polygonal areas called as areolae. Okay, areolae, these are the parts or polygonal areas present on the crustose lichens towards its upper side. Okay. Number 4, internally the thallus is poorly developed. The anatomy of the thallus cannot show any cellular details or any differentiation, so that it is poorly developed anatomically. The tissue forming the thallus are arranged more or less in strata, one above the other. The tissue which is forming the thallus of the crustose lichen, which are present on the one or more on the layers. The algal cells are impregnated in hypal mass, which forms a main core. The main core or the main internal organization of the crustose lichen is made by intermingled of algae with the fungal partner or fungal hyphae. Examples of crustose lichen, the photographs also given here. The Graphes, Lesidia and Lancia, Nora, these are some examples of the crustose lichens. Second type of lichen thallus is foliose lichens. Okay, foliose means what? Leaf-like. Foliose means leaf-like. Crustose means crust-like, layer-like. Crust means very thin layer and foliose means leaf-like. Point number 1. These have a flat, their thallus is flat. Leaf-like, thallus is leaf-like. Then lobed, lobes are also present on the thallus, or deeply incised thallus, or thallus is deeply incised. It is attached to the substratum at certain points by the rhizines, and this thallus is attached to the substratum with the help of rhizoid-like structures called as the rhizines. Number 2, the thallus is grayish or brownish in color. This is the color of the thallus, which is grayish or brownish. Number 3, certain small, hard, dark and gall-like outgrowths called cephalodia may also present. These help in retaining of the moisture. The moisture retaining organs also present on the thallus. They are called as the cephalodia. Okay, and they are small and hard, dark and gall-like outgrowths. Number 4, internally it is not much differentiated. Okay, means anatomically it is poor. The algal cells are irregularly scattered throughout the fungal hyphae. The algal cells, they are unicellular, and fungal cells called as the hyphae, they are scatteredly arranged. Scatteredly means diffusely, scatteredly arranged in the anatomy of the thallus. Both algal cells and fungal hyphae are enveloped in a gelatinous matrix or ground substance. So these algal partner and fungal partners further enveloped by the gelatinous material. Most common examples of the foliose lichens are Parmelia and Physia. This okay. Now third type of lichen thallus, which is the fruticose lichens. Okay. Number 1, these appear shrubby with cylindrical, flat or ribbon-like body. It is a shrubby, so like a small shrub. The thallus is the cylindrical, flat or ribbon-like. Okay. Number 2, the plant is upright. Plant is straight. Upright means straight. Generally branched and pendulous, and filaments are or ribbon-like body is the branched and which is hanging in the position on the habitat or on the its substratum. Number 3, it remains attached to the substratum by means of rhizoid-like structure forming a disc, and this fruticose lichens always attached to the substratum with the help of rhizoids, and these rhizoids are disc-like. The union of the rhizoids forming a disc-like structure at the base. Number 4, internally the plant body is circular in appearance. The anatomy of this ribbon-like filament is circular in appearance. Outgrowth is circular. It has 4 distinct regions. There are 4 regions in the anatomy of the thallus. Outermost region is cortex. Okay, and cortex is always storing in function which can store the food material. Then algal zone. Algal zone contain the unicellular algae. Then medulla. Medulla contain the fungal partners included fungal hyphae, and centrally located as a axis. That is, a axis means which can provide the structural support, mechanical support to the peripheral body or organs or peripheral part, which is called as the chondroid axis. Most common examples of fructose lichens are Usnea, Cladonia, Alectonia, etc. Okay. Here three photographs are given. They are hanging in second photograph. They are hanging on the substratum. Okay. The filaments are branched, and you see in the third diagram at the tip of the branches the apothecia develops. Apothecia are nothing but the sexual fruiting bodies present in the lichens. So you see the circular structures are cup shaped structures are here. That cup shaped structures are nothing but the apothecia, and these these apothecia are clearly observed in the third photograph. Okay. Now Vs of apothecium. Apothecium singular, apothecia plural. Apothecium is the cup-shaped fruiting body, which is the sexual fruiting body, which is produced by the fungal partner. Okay, apothecia always develops by the fungal partner belong to class Ascomycetes. Okay, you see in the photograph, in a photograph, the vertical section means LS LS of the apothecium is given, and in B diagram there ascus and asci are shown. Number 1, apothecium is saucer shaped fruiting body lined with palisade like layer, cells are called as the hymenium. Okay, the palisade means straight, upright cells are there, and this layer is called as the hymenium layer. Upper part of the fruiting body, which is the straight erect cells are there, that region is called as the hymenium layer. Number 2, the hymenium consists of series of elongated cells. Their hymenium contain many straight elongated upright cells. These cells are called as the asci, and ascus is the singular name and asci is the plural, and these asci are intermixed with the sterile hyphae called as the paraphyses. So this hymenium layer is made by the asci and the paraphyses. Paraphyses are the sterile hyphae. On the contrary, asci are the fertile hyphae, singularly called as ascus, and these asci produces 8 ascospore after the meiosis, after the sexual reproduction. Number 3, each ascus usually contains 8 ascospores. You see in the B diagram, ascus is given. Ascus is nothing but the club shaped structure. In club shaped structure, ascus produces the 8 ascospores. Okay. Number 4, ascospores on liberation with the suitable algae produce a new lichen thallus. When this fruiting body apothecium matures, the asci are matures, asci will be ruptures, ascospores can be liberated. When they come contact with the fungal algal partner belong to cyanophyceae members or some chlorophyceae member, and they form their union, and again they produce the new individual thallus of the lichen. So this is about the apothecium in the lichens. Okay. Now the economic importance of lichen. First important use is lichens are used as food as well as fodder. Okay. Food means food for human beings, fodder means food of the animals, cattle. Number 1, lichens are used as food since ancient times. Okay, they are important constituents of food in north polar tundra and eastern Siberian regions. Okay. Number 2, species of Licanora, Parmelia, Ambelicaria and Citraria Icelandica are some of the lichens which are used as food in many parts of the world. And these are the some examples of lichens. Their thallus is directly used as a food in many parts of the world. Okay. Number 3, several lichens. Example, Aspergillia, Calcarea, Licanora, Saxicola are used as food by mites, snails, caterpillars, slugs, and termites. And these are the animals in the forest. They are consume these lichens as a fodder or food material. Number 4. Lichen contains a polysaccharide, that is lichenin, but lack true starch and cellulose. Okay. Uh, Everina prunastri is used as Egyptians for making breads. This Everina lichen is used in Egypt for making of bread in bakery. In France, some lichens are used for the making delicious chocolates and pastries. Okay. In Japan, endocarpon miniatum is used as a vegetable. Okay. Number 5. Lichens such as Lobaria pulmonaria, then Evenia prunastri, and Ramalina fraxinea and Ramalina fastigiata are used as a fodder for animals. Okay. Number 6. Lichen possesses great nutritive value due to presence of lichenin, which is the polysaccharide. Okay. Number 7. Cladonia rangidera, which is also called as reindeer's moss, serve as a common food in tundra regions for animals, especially reindeers or musk ox. So these are the animals, they can consume this reindeer moss as a food material. Then dried lichens are feed for the horses and swans in the foreign countries. Then lichens are used in the medicine. Number 1. The medicinal value of lichens is due to presence of lichenin and some astringent substances. Okay, why it is medicinal uses? Useful due to presence of these substances. Number 2. Some lichens are used in treatments of bile, diarrhea, fever, nervous disorders, hydrophobia, and skin diseases. Number 3. Parmelia perlata is specially used in dyspepsia and in the treatment of snake and scorpion bites. Okay. Number 4. Here no need to give special explanation, so I have not given special explanation, so just I am reading. Number 4. Species of Cladonia, Citraria, and Pertusaria are used in the intermittent fever, while Cladonia pixidata is useful in the whooping cough. Okay. Number 5. Species of Usnea are used to stop bleeding. Number 6. Usnic acid obtained from the species of Usnea and Cladonia is a broad spectrum antibiotic used in the treatment of infections. So this is the most useful aspect. As a medicinal aspect, these lichens are used in the antibiotics. Number 7. Lichens are important constituents of several Ayurvedic medicines. In Ayurveda also, these lichen thalli are used as a source of food material. Then lichens are used as dyes. Number 1. Dyes obtained from lichens have been used since ancient times for coloring fabrics. These, as how the colors, chemical colors are used in the industries for coloring different domestic as well as the industrial articles. Like that, these naturally occurring lichens are also used as a dyeing material, as a staining material or coloring material. Number 2. Red and purple dyes are obtained from Acrolachia androgyna and Acrolachia tartaria. Okay, these two red and purple dyes are obtained from these lichens. Number 3. A blue dye or obtained from the lichen Citraria islandica, which is used for dyeing woolens. The woolen material, for example, sweaters, mufflers, scarves, they are woolen material. They can dyes by, colored by, stained by this Citraria icelandica lichen. Okay. Number 4, Parmelia omphaloides is the source of brown dye which is used for dyeing wool and silk fibers. The woolly material and silk fibers are dyeing by this Parmelia amphaloides which produces the brown dye. Number 5, litmus, an important acid-base indicator dye in chemical laboratories, is obtained from Rossella montagini and Lacellia pustulata. Okay. Then in tanning industry. Okay. Number 1, some lichens, example Citraria icelandica, Lobaria, pulmonaria, are used as a tanning agent in the leather industries. So that as a tanning agent, the lichens are used as a tanning agent in the leather industries. Number 2, two coloring substances, licanoic acid and erythrin, found in the thallus of the lichens, give orsin and carbonic acid in treatment of ammonia. Okay. So these two substances are used as a coloring substances in the leather industries. In cosmetics and perfumery. Number 1, several species of Ivernia and Ramalina are the source of essential oils used in the manufacture of cosmetic soaps. Number 2, Ramalina calcaris is used for whitening hair in the wigs. Wigs are nothing but the artificial hairs are used by some people, and these wigs are whitening by the these Ramalina calcaris lichen. Number 3, Sude verina furfuracea and Ivernia prunastri are widely used in the manufacture of the perfumes. Okay. These perfumes and soaps, cosmetic soaps, are used by these lichens. Then as a culture media, lichens are important constituent of some culture media used for the culture of fungi and bacteria in the laboratories. As you know that the culture media are used in the biological laboratories for growth or culture of the bacteria, virus, then variety of microorganisms, and these fungi and bacteria are grown in the laboratories on the culture media which is prepared by using many lichens. Then ecological significance. Lichens are pioneer plants which help in colonization of bare corky habitats. Okay. Number 2, they excrete some organic acids which disintegrate rocks. Okay. Bare rocky habitats, not corky habitats. In number 1, lichens are pioneer plants which help in colonization or bare rocky habitats. These rocky habitats are fully covered by the growth of the lichen thallus in some extreme conditions of the environments. Number 2, they excrete some organic acids which disintegrate rocks and form soil and substratum for subsequent establishment of other vegetative types. So this is one of the important ecological aspect, and these lichens are grows on the bare rocky habitats, and due to secretion of the organic acids, the rock simultaneously or day by day it will converted into soil, and that soil is useful for plantation or growth of the many vegetation or many plants. So in this way ecologically these lichens are soil former. Okay, soil making organisms. So this is the reference This is the book I have used while preparing my presentation. The textbook of botany, diversity of microbes and cryptogams, written by Singh, Pandey and Jain. Thank you.